Good morning, everyone. We're here with Leslie from Finger Lakes Premier Properties, which I'm actually so excited to talk to you about this because I grew up very close to the Finger Lakes in Rochester, so very beautiful destinations. So, good morning. How are you feeling?
I am good this morning.
Love that. Love that. So we're here obviously at the Breezeway booth. And I'm a very big Breezeway evangelist as well. So kind of maybe talk us through when did you decide to start using it and kind of what problems was it solving for you?
So we started using it at I was using it at a previous company. So I used it for 9 years there, and then I'm implementing it with Finger Lakes. But one of the things I love about it is the accountability that it brings in. You can customize all your templates. You can collect the photos of everything. You can restrict so that they only can take a live photo, so they can't take a picture of their foot and upload it later. It's helped us overall like streamline operations. It holds our maintenance techs accountable. We increase our routing efficiency with the work orders. There are a lot of benefits to using the system.
Yeah, I found that, I mean, I love getting the most data we can about, what's going on in the properties. And I find that with Breezeway as well, like we can pull the reporting and you can really get a great snapshot of what's going on in the business. And it's funny about the photos. We realized at one point that people were just taking pictures of like the floor. And so we were like, okay, now go back in, set some more restrictions
Yeah.
and really fine tune it. But that's always like a learning process.
Yes, it is. And that's one of the things too. Like I started noticing housekeepers, they would take pictures of themselves at home. And I'm like, okay, now they're completing the task at home. So they're not even in the property. We got to restructure the templates. We got to collect the information we need. It also helps on like the guest side because when you have pictures of the home front, like prior to the guests arriving, you know exactly what it looked like. So you can talk to the guests more educated when they call in with a complaint. So it's just a great system.
Yeah, it definitely helps. We've had guests like be day two and complain that the unit wasn't clean. And we're like, it definitely was. And if you just trashed it and want a free clean.
Leave your handprints on the windows.
Yeah, exactly. And, I think that the customization is great and really like using it more, like molding it into be the tool that you want it to be is always super helpful. And it's great, I think, with owners too. You can be like, no, you really do need to replace this AC. We've had to go and repair it like 9 times this month. It's time.
And for owners too. So we do annual property inspections. So you can actually print those in a PDF, send that to the owner. It's very detailed. The pictures are there. You can put your capital improvement suggestions at the bottom. So it's really good for communicating with owners and updating them on what's going on in the property as well.
Yeah, I was going to ask that because I think that's the hardest part for the management and owner relationship is that the owners are getting a check and
Oh,
as long as they're getting that, they're pretty happy, but they don't really know what's going on inside the property. So how do you guys use Breezeway to communicate with your owners so that the quality is actually still being maintained and upkept?
we have some owners, our properties in the Finger Lakes, they're more like second homes. So owners want to know exactly what's going on all the time. So we can send the departure clean templates to them. We can send the arrival inspections to them. We always send the annual inspections, the maintenance inspections, those kind of things, work orders we can send to them so that it just keeps them updated. And that way they trust us more because they know that we're boots on the ground in the property.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's actually a really interesting distinction that was pointed out to me this weekend. And like growing up in the Northeast, like these are literally second homes. Like it's usually not investment properties. And so I mean, we have a lake house too, and it's like you're very protective of it. So I think when people can be like, oh, this is exactly what's going on, maybe a little too much knowledge sometimes.
yes, we had one not too long ago where she comes on every turn and she brought her dog in the house, locked the dog in the house. The guests show up, she's out in the yard doing the garden or something, and the guests are like, "There's a dog in here." Well, it's because the owner's in there, you know. So I mean, it does help us to try to police that as well because then we can say, somebody's in your property. We can see, in real time how long they've been there, their GPS location, all of that information, and update the owner too as well.
Yeah, that's amazing. And so kind of do you have a favorite Finger Lake? I grew up going to Owasco and Canandaigua. So do you have a favorite?
I like Cuca.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of in the middle, and I love the restaurants that are on the lake. I mean, you can just sit there, eat on the dock, and you just see the mountains. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, listen, people always talk about New York City, but don't sleep on upstate. It's the real New York.
Yes, it's real. I mean, I was one of those people coming from Georgia. I was like, okay, I'm expecting New York City. I get up there and it's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, it's a Mennonite community. There's farms everywhere. there's so much to do naturally, like hiking and skiing. We can ski on the lake. You can ski in the mountains on the snow. So there's a lot to do in the area.
Yeah,
I love it.
amazing. Great. Well, thank you so much for joining us. This has been really great. This was when I saw that we were interviewing you today. I was like, yay, my like hometown heroes.
Well, thank you so much. And for all the listeners, we'll see you on the next one.